Well, howdy do everyone, and welcome back to the ranch. More specifically, welcome back to the shop for the third episode of restoring a first generation Chevrolet Blazer. I hope you guys are all enjoying your extended weekend. Happy Labor Day to each and every one of you. Good to have you here today. Thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to start out with cleaning up a big mess from the last video. In the comment section of the last video, there was some profound confusion voiced in the comment section pertaining to the word cowl. Cowl. This area up here. A lot of people, and these are panels, a lot of people thought I was saying cow panel instead of cowl panel. And I don't know if it was the fault of the viewer's lack of understanding of my profound automotive technology, or if it was the lack of the viewer's appreciation of my tremendous Texas drawl. Either way, it was a pretty good mess, so we've got some house cleaning to do today. So here we go. So just to set the record straight on cowl versus cow, these are cowl panels. These are cow panels. These are cow panels. And these are cow panels. This is a cow. 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 And, whoa. Sorry, I may have taken that a little too far, huh? But you get the idea, right? So today we are removing the outer cowl panel, the inner cowl panel, and the lower inner cowl panel. Cowl, not cow, cow. Got it? Okay, here we go. The outer cowl panel comes off very easily just by removing a few bolts and a few screws. The inner cowl panel and the lower inner cowl panel are all secured by spot welds. And spot welds are made at the factory by a specialized welder that attaches two flat pieces of metal with a series of small circular welds. The tools of choice we'll be using today to remove all these spot welds, there's many ways to do it. I prefer this one right here. This is called a spot weld cutter. You see that little dude right there? This tip is spring loaded. You just push it in on a spot weld, give it a little gas. It cuts a ring around the spot weld, and when you've separated the top panel off the bottom panel, they'll pop apart. There's a lot of the spot welds we can't get to, and for that reason we will use this air tool right here. This is called an air hammer. This particular bit is called a panel cutter, and you'll see it in action in just a minute. And yes, I am very thankful to have a Mr. Cool air conditioner in this shop. Thank you, Mr. Cool, for providing that. Having an air conditioner in an automotive shop this time of year is like owning a boat. You never run out of friends. A couple of my friends came over to help me start this project. And right here's one of my buds drilling out spot welds. And here's another one of my buds. This is Tom. You guys all remember him. And Tom's cutting out the rusted and rotten inner cowl panel. And here's Tom coming across the top with the air hammer, separating the inner cowl from the lower cowl panel. And here I am gently removing the inner cowl panel. And now it's completely gone. And here's Tom again using the air hammer to separate the panel edges where I had just drilled out all the spot welds. And here I'm removing spot welds from the inner cowl panel. In the process of removing spot welds, a lot of the panel edges, which are very important, get damaged in the process. And here I am with a hammer and dolly doing my best to make them straight again. Those edges must be perfectly flat to mate with the new edges of the new panels we're going to attach to them. And the next process is to grind down all the remnants of the spot welds to create flat mating surfaces for the new replacement panels. And right here you can see the line that I drew to show me exactly where to cut. And the weapon of choice, air-powered circular cutoff saws. And yep, to get the right angle, I had to take the windshield out. Not fun. And after spending an inordinate amount of time slowly cutting out this panel all the way across and down both sides and across the front, my ADD got the best of me and I jumped off onto something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
Something entirely new. Good Lord.
And you can see on this little Blazer where somebody got stuck and they threw a chain around this and then pulled it that way, and they broke this cross member. It used to have a rivet like that right there that went through here, and another one on the bottom. Same over here on this side. Right now we've only got one rivet holding it on. If you look down there in the floor, that's a replacement I found off eBay. So we need to grind out this rivet right here and get this old broken cross member out of the way. The guy was very fortunate he didn't destroy all of his brake lines, and have a big surprise on the way home. That did it. That got it. Cool. Time for a new one. Okay, that temporary diversion did clear my head and satisfy my ADD. And meanwhile, back at the cowl, back into it again, I removed the inner lower cowl panel. Oh Lord, what a mess. And then I dropped in the new inner lower cowl panel, it's hard to say, for just a mini mock-up. And as you can see, it needs to be trimmed a little bit. And here I'm clearing up the remnants of the inner lower cowl panel where it butted up against the back of the firewall. Well, that didn't work out as planned. I got over about this far and it worked just fine. But after this, there's a whole lot more metal left on the back side of it. And I took this wire brush, cleaned this off right here, and you can see a whole bunch of spot welds all the way across. There's enough metal left on the back side. I'm going to have to use the spot weld cutter, cut the spot welds out, and then we can get in there and pull that back piece off. So that's the new plan. And you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about from this side right here. And what I'm talking about is all this metal that's left on there, on the back right there. That's the remnants of the big panel that laid down in here. And there are spot welds all the way across there. Actually, you can kind of see them from this side too. There's one right there, another one right there, all the way across. So our plan is to go cut all those spot welds out, and then hopefully all of this crap like that right there will peel off a whole lot easier. And there's all of our spot welds right there. And now here's the new lower inner cowl panel. The top of this panel is actually the bottom of the windshield frame, and I really didn't want to get into that, so I decided to cut the top off of this panel and just attaching it to the remnants of the old one with a lap joint. And here I am cutting the top off that panel. And then I just set the inner cowl panel in place just for a mock-up, just to see how it fit. And here is the finished product. And as you can see, we still have a little bit of work to do. And here's the other side of it. Still have a lot of rust to take care of here as well. Coming along though. And I just set the outer cowl panel in place too, so you'll get a little bit better look at what it's going to look like. But anyway, there you have it for episode number 3. Hope you liked it. Okay, get that old sweaty guy out of here. A question I have for you, please. All right, here's the deal. In most cases, when we get down to this point where we're ready to put it all back together, you weld these body panels in place. And I'm a pretty good welder. I do pretty good body work, I think. You saw the Camaro. Even Brandon out at Muscle Rod said that it looked really straight and really nice.
Oh, would you look at that?
So I think I can do a good job. So I'm not worried about the welding. If I have to, I can. But like I said, I'm a pretty good welder. I'm not good like Kent from Speed Bump Garage is good, but I can get it done. The problem is if I'm just welding a cattle guard or a fence post, something like that, I love it. I can enjoy it. I do a good job. On cars and stuff, I am so slow. I totally hate doing it. I can do it and I can do it right, but it takes me forever. So I was watching a documentary the other night about this airplane that basically a fighter that didn't really win World War II, but it put the icing on the cake. This airplane could fly 441 miles an hour. It could climb to 41,000 feet, and it had 1,490 supercharged horsepower. And it was held together with rivets. And I thought, nobody's going to see anything except these right across here. So I can fill those in either with body filler or weld them, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the rest of it, you're not going to see it. So I could rivet everything in there, which would be much faster. I wouldn't have to put on a welding helmet. I wouldn't have to grind my welds. I wouldn't have to wear a long sleeve welding shirt. And I wouldn't have to spend hours doing this. That would be good and quick and easy. So I thought I was brilliant. So I have lunch every Thursday with 5 of my car buddies. So I brought this brilliant fact up to them, and one of them just looked at me and he said, "Why don't you just glue it?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Glue it, panel bonding." And so he enlightened me on panel bonding. And here's a 3M kit right here, a gun and a 2-part adhesive that you just squirt on like caulk. Put them together, hold them together for, a few hours, and let it set for a couple of days, and you're done. And I thought, that's golden. So my question for you car guys and car gals out there, especially those of you who have used panel bonding adhesives on a situation like this, let me know what you think. This is not really a weight supporting area. It doesn't get much torsion, much twist or anything. It doesn't have to support a lot, and it's not a safety area. They didn't have crumple zones in 1972. But anyway, if you guys have experience with panel bonding adhesives, please leave me some information down below, and that might be the way we go. Anyway, guys, that's it from out here in the shop today. Thank you so much for dropping by today. I know this was just kind of a wreck of a video, and I apologize for that, but that's the way I roll. Anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for stopping by today. I look forward to seeing you next time. I want you to always remember to love you. Bye-bye now.